Hello, welcome to ActiveNet Insights. Today I'm joined by James in his showroom. It looks absolutely fabulous, James. James, just tell us who you are and what you do, please, mate.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, James Taylor from Taylor Made Designs, uniform, merchandise, retail items to leisure centres and health clubs all over the UK.
Fantastic. And is that a lifeguard uniform behind your left shoulder? That
is the One Life uniform. One leisure uniform, Huntingdon District Council uniform there, dye sublimation polo shirt.
Yeah, I like that.
Part of a range of 3 polo shirts that they had for their uniforms.
Yeah, no, I really like that. I like the graduation of colour. I think that really makes a difference. That's
Yeah, it's very effective. It incorporates the yellow and red traditionally used for lifeguards.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well received, so I gather. Yeah.
Brilliant. No, that looks really good, James. Right.
There's an introduction that I got through into ActiveNet with Brian Gray.
Well, that's brilliant to hear, because Brian's actually coming to ActiveNet again. He's now at an academy school, so he's coming. But that's a really interesting point. And I noticed on your desk there, is that an ActiveNet guide?
That one, yes.
Ah, fantastic. There you go. Brilliant.
ActiveNet guide from the last event we did.
Yeah, in 2019.
2019.
So why do you come to ActiveNet, James? What's good about the event?
ActiveNet is a great event from the aspect of meeting the contacts at the sites, at the organisations. The hardest part for me in my job is finding the right people. Telephones, emails, all very good, but if you haven't got the right name, haven't got the right contact, it's virtually impossible to get through to the right person. And I find that going to ActiveNet, I get to meet the right people virtually straight away. I get the contact details, a little bit about them, vice versa. They get a little bit about what TMD can do. And it's a great follow-up. So if I don't have a meeting with somebody at your event, I've got their name in the book, and I can follow it up at a later date and just drop them a line. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to meet you at the event.
Good.
Yeah, so I've always got the reference books.
Excellent. Okay.
Events, yeah.
And you've been coming to ActiveNet right from the word go. I think you've done all 7 of our events. So, you know, how does that work from seeing people again in a second year or a third year? Have you managed to see lots of different people over those 7 years?
Well, yeah, because people move from organisation to organisation. And also, you know, if I meet somebody at the 1 year, it might not be the right time for them to talk to me. They might have just redone their uniform or merchandise ranges, and it's just not the right time. And gives me an opportunity to meet them again the year after. And also, the good thing about the live events is that you've got different areas of the event to meet them. So there's the formal event, formal meeting, introductions, but then there's the coffee area, breakout area. You've got lunch, you've got dinner, you've got evening. A lot, amazed how many people you can bump into at the bar in an evening. You know where I like to be, in the bar most of the time, David. But yeah, you know, it is a bit of a cliche, but you do get a lot of business done in those breakout sessions, which I think is what we're all going to miss, obviously, with the virtual. But we'll all do our best. We'll know it's a different situation this year, and we'll get back to normal next year, hopefully.
Absolutely, and we've tried really hard. We've actually introduced a new piece of software for the networking thing, so that you can, it'll take your image and then you'll see who's not talking to somebody else, so that you can go and literally have a conversation like you and I are having now, and you can lock it off as well, so that if you want that private conversation during the networking sessions, you can actually close your bubble effectively, so that you can talk privately to people. So and of course we are going to provide food, we are going to provide beer and wine, so let's hope people do spend a little bit of time, you know, in that evening sessions, just catching up with people and socializing, and maybe sharing a glass or 2 of red, which would be really nice.
Yeah, I think, you know, we don't have to spend the whole evening talking to one another, but even if it's half an hour or so, it just gives people a chance to have a catch up. I mean, there's so many people in the sector, in the industry, that we haven't seen each other for so long. You know, I miss people. We may miss our friends. They're our work friends in inverted commas, but you know, we haven't seen anyone for over a year. And I think the people I speak to are looking forward to catching up with people face to face. So the dinner thing in the evening will be quite good fun, I think.
I hope so. I hope so. So, James, what are you sharing with us? Because I know you looked at different things over lockdown. You were doing masks, you were doing antibacterial hand washes and things like that. But what sort of things are you going to talk to the operators about for the future? So helping them really kickstart when we reopen?
Yeah, well, it has been a massively busy year for us. I mean, we obviously pivoted straight away into our workwear part of the sector. So we took advantage, we had to take advantage of PPE and sanitising units and all that stuff, which we did a lot of business with customers like One Life, who were very loyal to us. We did over 50 dispenser units to One Life. Obviously had different units around different centres. The masks, I think the masks, the sanitising units, they're going to be around for a while yet.
Yeah.
Those are the sort of products that we've been doing over the last 12 months, and we think that's going to continue. We're hoping that we're going to get back into the normality of uniform and workwear and merchandise. We've got some very exciting opportunities coming up for the business in the next few months, which involves retail items to our customers.
Right.
Haven't had the opportunity before, but we're teaming up with somebody that's going to help us with an offering to coincide with not just uniforms and merchandise.
Okay.
So that's an opportunity that I can't talk too much about at the moment. In the coming months, I will be talking about it in a bit more. It's a shame I can't talk about it before your event, but I'm afraid we're still in negotiations and things.
That's fair enough. Okay, but interesting.
What I find with a lot of customers that I work with, I do ask them why they use a company like us, is that, all around you in my showroom, you see all sorts of different items. And, as people's time, the resources are becoming more valuable, they just have not got time to source suiting, reception uniforms, lifeguard uniforms, gym gear, all the latest fashions and styles. They can go to us, and we do it all the time for all our customers, so we can come up with some offerings quite quickly for them, saving them time. The other item behind me is the active Northumberland uniform, which is again bespoke sublimation polo shirt range we've done for them.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And I had the pleasure of interviewing you for Supplier of the Year for a UK Active Award.
Yeah.
What really impressed me was your just-in-time piece, where you hold stock for people so that a new team member starts and they can literally just phone you up and say, I need X, Y, and Z by next week, and you supply that. I've always been really impressed by that just-in-time process that you have.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more popular. Well, it's necessary now. People don't want to wait. We all go online and buy something on Amazon, and it does arrive within a day or two. People do want uniforms delivered quickly now. If the customer that we're working with is happy to commit to the product and the cost of it and underwrite it, then we'll order it in, hold it on the shelf, and distribute it within a matter of days. The problem comes when there's garments and products coming from all sorts of different suppliers, and it has to be all ordered in, boxed, branded up, boxed up, and sent out. That's when it gets a bit tricky to do it within 2 or 3 days. But we have different lead times for different contracts depending on what they want. Yeah, but the just-in-time ordering from stock is becoming more popular now.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive. And it also means, of course, the sites aren't holding a massive amount of stock on their sites as well. Which
they don't want to hold anything on the site normally.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So how do you think uniform makes a difference to how a colleague feels when they first start with a new business?
Well, that's a question you asked me when we did the UK Active thing, and I'll give you my best answer. I mean, basically, I think people in leisure centres and health clubs, they're fit people. They like to look good. And I think, if you've got a nicely fitted, smart uniform, then people do feel good. And if they feel good, they'll act in that way, and they'll have a smile on their face. And when they're in the gym, they're feeling good, looking good. And that's part of my job, is to try and find a uniform that fits all shapes and sizes of all sorts of people, because we're not all tall and slim with a six-pack like yourself, Dave. But it's getting that balance between rec assistant uniform, gym uniform, front of house uniform, and making it all fit together and align, so it's obvious that everyone's part of the same team.
And I think that's a really interesting point to close on, actually, and that's a really good one for people to talk to you about, is about that one team vision. So James, thank you very much. Really looking forward to seeing you on the 24th and 25th. You take care, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, James.
Thanks very much.